Hey, good morning, guys. This is Steve from Master Kicks. I hope you had a good weekend, Monday morning, ready to kick off work, and I'm here to kick off some work too. So this morning I studied the Nike Dunk Low Plum, and the shoe was actually originally dropped in 2001 and was part of the Ugly Duckling pack. Now, as a pack, when it released, it included like three shoes: the Plum, of course, the veneer, and the ceramic edition. All those you can kind of just look it up online yourself and find what it look like. But I'm sure Nike's gonna drop those as well in the months to come, because I think once this is because this shoe right here is like a lot of people want it, and I'm sure Nike's just gonna go ahead, knowing Nike, and saying, hey, you might as well drop the other ones as well. So it's gonna come soon. So stay tuned for that. Now the shoe, I like the way it look. I feel like when you look at the plum, comes from the fact that if you look at a plum, if you ever eaten a plum from the outside to the inside, there's like it's a purple fruit that has like different shades of purple. So when you pluck the skin of it, the inside of it is a different purple. So I kind of felt like that's what the shoe kind of embodied when you look at it. Good looking shoe made with premium suede material, a lot of padding on the liner here. I wanted to get an actual picture to show you better what it looked like. Perforations on the toe box, made for skaters. Good looking shoe. I think this is a great model, and there's no complaint about it. I like the way they look. Red on the bottom and red swoosh logos on the side with some fat laces. And I don't think there's like a set of two laces. Comes in the orange box, and that's pretty much it, guys. Now let's talk about numbers, because that's what you're here for, and I'm gonna do that right now. So we're gonna talk about how many pairs were made and all that kind of stuff, resale value and all that. So again, I've already talked about the intro, the background. We're not gonna waste time on that. Now, again, our primary step must be accomplished. Like we have to identify who's getting the shoe. Nike US and Nike Europe, that's just a given. We already know that. And then we have some local stockists, which is in the United States, and we have the international locations. Now, locally, we have this store called Naked, Sneaker Politics, Atmos, New York, Slam Jam. Those are the only ones that I found. And in the international locations, it's And, SNS Sneakers and Stuff, Soto, Offspring, 5 Point, Foot District, Hanan, Atmos Japan, Overkill, one block down, that's in Italy, 43 Einhard, BSTN, Foot Patrol, Soulbox, Noir Fonts, that's in France, Sivas del Caso, Descalzo, that's in Spain, Asphalt Gold, Bonkers, Zooport, that's in Germany. Now, so far, these are the only ones that I came across. And the next part is the hardest, is setting up our assumption. And to do that, what I did was I assumed that there's like 20 sizes altogether. If you do 4 times 5, that's 20. So per pair, right? So I'm assuming that Nike is probably gonna give all the stores about 5 pair sizes. For like UK3 would be like 5, UK5, 5, and so on and so forth. So this is what I'm assuming. And if that's the case, it yields to like 100 pairs per store. Now with that set, we can set up the rest of the assumption. That's not gonna be hard. So Nike Europe and USA, we'll assume that they're going to get about 3/4 of the whole inventory, because that makes sense. That will leave the remaining stockists with 1/4, which is a quarter, right? And if we do that, there's a total of 20 stores that I counted. So based on this info, the number will be 24 times 100, which is 2,400 pairs. And then since we made the assumption that Nike Europe and Nike USA were going to get 3/4, we can go 2,400 times 3, which is 7,200 pairs. And then the grand total will be just adding these two together. We come up with 9,600 pairs. And I took it up to 10,000. But I'm thinking that the actual number may be between 10,000 and 16,000. So anywhere between 10 and 16,000 will be feasible. I think that would be a good estimation. Anything between 10,000 and 16,000 pairs. Because I might have made some errors. But as you all know, I need to make sure I add my disclaimer, because guys always want to discredit. And, I do this work based on, the knowledge that I have as far as like what is given to me. And, and when I do this thing, it's based on my background. The Lord has given me the ability to work mathematics, and I use that, and I incorporate everything that He's given me as a man to help you guys out. Okay, so don't quote me on any of this. Just use this for your own, like if you need to know, should I go out and get the shoe? Should I flip it? That's the kind of stuff that I'm answering here. Now we're going to talk about the resale value, right? The resale value, how much the shoe is going for on third-party marketplaces. Now, this is data here was from the 24th of January all the way to the 3rd of February. So as you can see, there's a trend line that I added to show you a couple of things. But overall, anything between 250 and 270 is how much the shoe is going for. And we have a couple of outliers, 412, 500, 408, and 480. But based on this information that I have, the average value was $289. But because of the outliers, I chose to like take them out because those are irregular values, meaning this is not something that you're gonna see very frequently. So that's why they're called outliers. So I removed them from the data and I recalculated my average, came up with 279, which is about 117% above the retail value. Great margins on this shoe, amazing, because the shoe is going to cost about $110. So you're making 117% profit. So no matter what size you get, you'll certainly not regret it. Like, you're going to make some money. And the trend line is showing that most of the value will fall within the 250 and 270 price range. So I highly recommend this shoe for resale purposes. If you want to do your resale prediction, this is a good shoe to get. This is all I'm saying. And now we can see what the highest margins are. And basically, I put it in the data for you. And I'll show it to you here. Let me look. Oh snap! I don't like this here. Let me just go up to, size 10.5. This is size 10.5, 300. You know, size 13, 360. Size 8.5, 300. Size 7.5 sold the highest at 500. But every other size is just as good. Like the lowest the shoe sold for was 208, which is still a good margin. But any size you get is gonna be good. Like everything is like, look, 8 is 288. 10 is 295, but if you want to be greedy, which I don't recommend, these are the sizes that are going to cause you to be greedy. Those here are giving you the most money. But overall, the shoe is great. You know, you're going to make some money, and you're going to go out there and get your stuff. So I gave you the breakdown. You can see the most lucrative sizes, 7.5, 8.5, 10.5, and 13. And frankly, like I said earlier, every size is going to yield to an almost 117% markup, so go for it. There you have it, folks. That's all I wanted to say today. There's a lot more shoes that I want to talk about, but if you guys can quickly send me a message in the description below, tell me if there's any specific shoe that you want me to study, go ahead and send me a message and I'll do that this week or today or tomorrow, because I still got plenty of time to work on a couple of things. So let's do that. All right. And now let's go on the website. If you want to buy the shoe now, I have some links on eBay for you, and I'll also drop a description below, and just grab it. You know, you can go ahead and get it now while you can. All right. Again, thanks for watching. This is Ty from Stockists, and stay tuned for more stuff.